Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today on Drinks with Denise. My guest today is Domenick Gonzales, who is also my son. So I'm going down the list of kids here, so you guys are going to meet them all. But anyway, drinks today are Italian soda, blueberry, homemade. I made them, so thank you, Domenick, for being here.
Thank
Cheers. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Very tasty. Yum. And I made us snacks too. This is jalapeno sausage, crackers, and sharp cheddar cheese. My go-to favorite. All right. So thanks, Domenick, for being here. Thank you again. So why don't you start off by telling me just a little bit about yourself, like just a little bit about Dom. Like, what do you do for a living?
I am a barber. I am 33 years old. I'm a dad.
You're going to be a new dad too,
new dad
again?
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
In March?
Yep.
Alicio? Alicio with a Z.
Alicio with a Z.
Yes, so we can't wait to meet him. Congratulations to you and Cassie and to Anna and the girls. We're super happy for you guys. And of course, we're going to welcome another new baby into the family. So we're just going to keep growing our family, and we love having a big family. So, all right. So Domenick, I know that today is, I know that you said that you're nervous about talking about your situation and your life and a little bit. So I just need to express my gratitude to you because I know that it's hard for you. So again, I just want to thank you, Domenick, but I also believe that that your story and the things that you've been through in your life are going to be encouraging for other men out there that go through the same types of things. So let's go ahead and start out with how old were you when you got married?
It's like 18, like right out of high school. Well, I wasn't even out of high school, but yeah, like I was not going to school no more, but yeah, 18.
18.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. And your daughter, her name is Nehemiah, and she is now how old?
She's going to be 15 in December. December 18th.
15.
Yeah.
15. Holy cow. Well, it seems like yesterday to me. I mean, geez, that's
Right.
crazy. Yes, yes. And so what made you decide to get married so young?
Felt kind of forced a little bit. You know, my dad was real religious, her mom was real religious. And they were like, oh, you guys gotta make things right or whatever. So, kind of.
So you basically did the right thing.
Yeah.
You basically tried to do the right thing, and yeah, that. And I remember how, just because I remember you being a boy and a young man, and you know that being a father and being married at that age. I don't think I recall that being something that you wanted to do. So. Okay, that was a little bit of an inside thing, so yeah. I'm going to laugh a little bit with my son here.
Sorry.
So, all right. So anyway, so I remember you saying, Domenick, to me that you were going to go to the service. I mean, your dream, at least as far as I remember, was always to be in the service, and you still went to the service. So thank you very much for serving this country and putting yourself, out there and doing all the great things that you did. But tell me a little bit about that, about like when you were growing up, what were your plans and how did that change for you?
I don't know, my plans always growing up were to go to the military. Always, like ever since I could remember, I was like G.I. Joe and like military movies, military cartoons and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was a little bit rough trying to get into the military at first. I tried to go when I first turned 18 and some stuff didn't just pan out, and then happened to go when I was 20. Yeah, wow. I remember that was crazy, 2008. It was nuts.
That's so crazy. I remember that's when Skype and all that first came out, and we had to do Thanksgiving, and we had you on video for the whole Thanksgiving. Do you remember? Yeah, and you were in Mosul? Is that
Yes,
where you were?
Missoula, Iraq.
Mosul. Yeah, that's so crazy that you've traveled that far to another country. I look back at the pictures that you have from that time of your life, and you were just a kid. You were just,
Yeah,
you
it was
know,
tiny.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't tiny. Yeah, it was tiny.
You were a kid, you know, and you were trying to raise a family and do the right thing. And I always laugh about this because you have 4 daughters. And I always laugh because I always tell everybody, every time he came home on leave,
I have the patience, that's why. I have the patience for 4 daughters.
That is true.
That's the only reason why.
That is true. That is true. That's crazy that you have 4
And
daughters.
now I have 5.
Now 5.
Freaking
Yeah. Yep. That's so
just
crazy.
keep growing and growing.
Yeah. And I think too, you do have the patience because it takes a lot to be around nothing but girls, I'm sure, for you. You know, that's how Grandpa was too. And
Right.
yeah, he didn't have any boys either. Except now you will. Now you will. All right. So, and you were married for how many years? How many years were you guys married?
I think it was almost 14 years.
Almost 14 years. So, and it's not a secret, you know, that we didn't get along with your ex-wife. We tried, I think, to get along with her, but there was really no relationship between your family and her. And our family is super close, and we've always been. We've been supportive of one another and whatever. And so, how was it for you, Domenick, to be married to somebody that could not, where she couldn't see eye to eye with the family that you were so close to? How was that for you?
It was a strain, for sure. Well, it wasn't like comfortable at all. I kind of knew that I had to get out of that. I knew for a long time that I had to get out of it, and sucks it took me so long to like take that step or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad I did it at the time that I did, because then I wouldn't be with Cass.
Yeah.
And have Emma and Cass in my life, and all Cassie's family too.
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
And it's true. I mean, I've seen you more in the last 2 years than I've seen you in the last 14 that you were married. That was a very stressful situation for us and for you, I'm sure, because you were the person that was living in the middle, of all of that. So what finally made you decide that it was time? Like, what was it in your mind? First of all, let me back up a second. Why didn't you? What took you so long? What do you think was prevented you from getting out of a relationship that you knew was not a good one for you?
Mostly just the fear of losing my girls. That was like the biggest thing. Just like that was the thing that kept me the most, because I was like, damn, I don't want this to happen like the way it did,
Yeah.
But, yeah. That was it.
So it wasn't necessarily that you were, that you knew all for a long time that it was over and that you needed to do something different, but the fear of losing your daughters made you stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that that's true for a lot of men and women, but especially for you to be able to talk about it from your side, from your point of view. And I know it's hard for you, so I want you to be comfortable. So you tell me whatever you want, but I know, just going through that with you, that it was hard. It was really hard, and I think it's probably been hard for the last couple of years that you've had to kind of be separated from your girls. And I'm going to only say what I know. Mm-hmm. And what I know is that you are an amazing father. And those girls, one of the reasons that we had such a hard time, I think, with your ex-wife is she never really had your back, I don't think. And I definitely don't think she had the girls' back. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to go down that road because I know that that's personal for, for everyone, and there's no shit talking here, right? So, anyway, but I think that just having to go from seeing your girls every single day and being with them every single day, like that had to have been an adjustment for you. And how did that go?
It was an adjustment. It really was. It was really, really hard. It was really hard at first. And luckily I got really good supportive people in my life that's always had my back and helped me through my rough times. And yeah, I that's how I made it through, just getting the right kind of support, the positive vibes around me, staying positive, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's how you get through anything like that. But,
so like you're working out and, in your relationship with Cassie and and her family and Anna, Anais, being able to have that relationship be so solid, because Cassie is the complete opposite of your ex-wife, and I think that we as your family appreciate the fact that we can get along with her.
Right.
She's an amazing person, and she's so giving and caring, and I think that definitely had to have been really what you needed at the time, and thank goodness that she was there.
yeah, for sure. Cass is doing.
All right. So, so I want to ask you to, let's see, how do I want to ask this? So, we went to the court with you when you were going through your divorce. Your entire family was there.
Yeah.
We all saw and felt maybe not exactly what you were going through, but it was very difficult to watch you go through that. And your lawyer I felt like he was a pretty good guy and a pretty good lawyer. And but how did you feel about the outcome? Like, what was your initial thought when the judge came back with what you were going to be able to have as far as visitation with your daughters and like that? What was your first reaction, do you think?
I was super hurt. I don't know. I was me and Cass, like we had talked about it, and I had called her up as soon as I got the paperwork, and I was like, "Hey, this is what they said," and she was like, "No way." And I was like, "Yeah." It was just super crazy getting what they told us, and I was just super surprised with everything, and I don't know. I know that there's reasons for everything, and like the reasons we go through everything, and part of going through some of those things is the tests that you go through. And me and Cass are in a really good spot. Me, Cass, and the girls, even though like everything didn't pan out the way I wanted to, it's panning out the way it needed to, and it sucks. And you could ask Cass and Emma that we don't have the girls there as much as we would like, but we talk to them, and they're doing okay. They're doing the best that they can. They're keeping their head up, and and we're just trying to make everything as best possible as we can for when they do come. And, you know, we just gotta keep driving and pursuing our dreams.
So what adjustments have you made in your life to be where you are now? Like what mentally, physically, emotionally, like what did you have to adjust, honey? Because again, knowing your relationship with the girls and having them not every day, seeing them every day, picking them up from school, cooking for them, cleaning for them, doing all the things that you did.
Mm-hmm.
How, like what did you do in your own mind? Like what advice would you give to a single father who doesn't have the same, like who's being prevented from having a positive father-child relationship with their children?
I would say my best advice to any dad that's going through any kind of problems or like not getting the best outcome or whatever is that you just gotta keep your head up, find something to focus on, and make goals. Just make goals, because it doesn't matter if your kids are with you full time, part time, or whatever. You still you still make a better future for your kids. And in order to do that, you gotta crush goals. And I have a lot of goals that I'm working towards, that me and Cass are working towards as a family. Like Cass is gonna start doing a clothing thing and like making backpacks and stuff like that, and blouses and shirts and shoes. And
Well, I think I just found a new person to have to come on my show.
Yeah, and then
when she's ready.
Yeah, when she's ready. And then not only doing that, but we got like some other stuff going on. Like I got a mobile barber thing that I'm doing. I've been doing it for a while now, and just trying to make that go. And barber thing, the actual barber shop, I'm still working at, and just trying to get some things rolling.
That's awesome, honey. That's really awesome. So I think what I hear you say is that when the cards don't go your way, when you're dealt not the best hand, is to focus on other ways to spend your energy. And I think that's really great, because it's so easy to get locked into being down, or feeling sorry for yourself, or any of those things. And so I think for you and for Cassie and for everything that you guys are doing now, that focus is really, really great. And I think that messaging out to anybody who's going through a divorce or going through a rough time in a relationship that you're feeling like you shouldn't be in, make sure that you're looking at the full view of everything, that you're not just looking at right now. Because for you, Domenick, to get out of a relationship knowing that this potentially was going to happen, you had to make a decision for yourself and for your girls. And, and I think that you made the best decision, and I'm super proud of you. And I think that you have come so far, because I remember how when you first were going through your divorce, how hard it was for you, and and just everything that was going on, so you've come a long way. So anyway, so thank you, Domenick, for sharing that with us and encouraging single dads out there, that there's...
Stay focused. In time, everything will show its true outcomes, So just stay focused, stay grinding, stay positive, set goals, crush them. You got to stay busy, keep your mind busy. Busy minds, you just keep everything rolling. It keeps you out of trouble. Just keep that rolling, guys. That's all I can tell you.
Awesome. Thank you. So Dom, we have just a minute left or so. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your business? You said you're doing a mobile business?
Yeah, so I do a mobile business where I can come to you and cut your hair, or I also have a chair at my house where I can cut your hair. Plus, I work at a barbershop at 5920 Barbershop, and I'm just trying to crush it everywhere I can. So on my days off, I set aside times where I can do haircuts on the side, and if I can, go to your business and help touch you up or whatever it may be that you need a service of.
And how can people find you?
My phone number is 970-673-6470. You can text me, call me to make an appointment, or see about availability. I do designs. We do braids. I do fades, kids cuts, and when you call or message me, I can get you prices as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully if you need a touch-up or you need a fade or braids or a design in your hair for your favorite football team, make sure you hit up Domenick Gonzales. And thank you again, honey, for being here.
Yep,
I love you.
Yep. Love you too much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.